today. So the first thing I want to do is talk about goals, right? We all talk about goals. What's our goal? What's our goal? What's our goal? Does everybody have goals? You can type it in the chat if you want. Type it in the chat and say, yes, you have goals, or no, you don't. The thing about goals is we all have goals. We watched the Super Bowl. If you watched the Super Bowl, you were aware the Super Bowl was last Sunday. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Kansas City Chiefs. Whether you were rooting for the Chiefs or you were rooting for the Buccaneers is not the point. The point is, at the beginning of the year, there were 32 teams whose goal was to win the Super Bowl. 32 teams had the goal of winning the Super Bowl. At the end, only one of those 32 did win it. So 31 teams did not achieve their goal. 31 teams did not achieve the goal. Does that mean that their season was a failure? Does that mean that they didn't have success because they didn't achieve the ultimate goal? I would say no, it's not a failure. What we're looking for is the process. The goals, we put so much on the goals, we forget that the goals don't occur without processes. So first thing I want to do is I want to show you guys a book. And if you haven't seen this book or you haven't read this book is very important for you to now read. It's called Atomic Habits. It's written by James Clear. If you have not picked up the copy of this one, this is $16.99, I think. It looks like it. I read exactly, I'll tell you exactly how many pages I read. I read exactly 37 pages, and I have totally changed my mindset on how I'm going to teach and train you and anyone that is in search of reaching a goal. Because the goal is the ultimate prize, it's the ultimate thing. But we don't know how to get to the goal. That's the issue. We haven't built our processes to get to the goal. We've set the goal. We want a new car. We want to get rid of debt. We want to send our child to college. We want to buy a new house. We want to buy a boat. We're setting the goals, which is great. It's great to set the goals, but how are we going to get to the goal? We don't talk about that enough. We talk about the goals and setting the goals, but we don't talk about the processes to get to the goals. The everyday get to the goals. I want you guys to take a little note. Take a little note. I want you to Google Chris Nikic, Nikic, 1%. The 1% challenge. Chris is a Down syndrome young man. He completed the Ironman triathlon. He's not a gifted athlete, but he is an athlete. He is a determined athlete who determined that if he got 1% better every day, 1% better every day, by the end of a year, he was going to be able to complete an Ironman triathlon. An Ironman triathlon is like a 3-mile swim, a 154-mile bike ride, and then a 26.2-mile marathon on top of it. And he made a dedication to himself that his processes would get him to his goal. He didn't have the goal without the processes. The goal is not achievable without the process. So we need to talk about what your mindset is for today, for tomorrow, for next week, next month, next year. That's part of your process. So where are your habits coming from to get you on track to reach your goals? So in my ideals, the best thing to do is to start with creating an ideal week. You want to create the ideal perfect week. If everything went perfectly right, this is how my week would go. Does it mean it's going to happen? No, but if you create the mindset of this is my perfect week, then the actions you take go towards that perfect week. If you want to lose weight, do you go to the grocery store and buy cupcakes and Hostess and Twinkies and ice cream and soda, right? You want to buy, do you guys go buy all that stuff, fill up your grocery cart with all the bad stuff that you can take it home, and then sit it on your counter and look at it and go, I'm going to lose weight because I'm not going to eat it, right? No, if we put it there in front of us, what do we have a tendency to do? To eat it. So when we want to lose weight, we get rid of all the garbage. We get the garbage bag out. We throw all the toasty and the treats and all the candy and the sugar and the sodas, and we get rid of those. We throw them out of the house. Mindset and goals and habits are the same way. But what we got to do is not do a clear, because if we do a clear, it's not gonna set. It's not gonna happen. So what we want to do is we want to create the ideal week, and then the ideal week build on it as we go. So let me show you an example here. I'm going to share my screen of building the ideal week. Now, what I've used is simply a spreadsheet. Here we go. Here is what I'm starting with to set the perfect week. I like to wake up at 6. I like to stop working by 6. Then I also have a little night tab down here for night. So ideally, perfectly, Monday through Friday, I'm going to wake up at 6 and I'm going to be showered by 7. And then I'm going to be on my way to the office by 8 o'clock to work. And I'm going to do note cards at 8. And then I'm going to have these different blocks put out. And ideally, I'd like to have a recruiting lunch at 12 o'clock on Monday. I like to have an agent lunch on Wednesday. I like to have a couple of coffees in here. I've blocked out my contract review times. I've blocked out recruiting call times. I've blocked out sales meeting, broker opens times. So this is my ideal week. If everything goes great, here's my ideal week. Here's where life falls. Now, people go, but it doesn't happen like that. Correct. It doesn't happen like that. But our mindset should be, it happens like that. If you have a goal to take, and I'm going to use easy numbers for easy math, 52 weeks. Let's say you want 52 listings, and there's 52 weeks. Then if you schedule a listing appointment in your calendar every week at Thursday at 4 o'clock, what does your mind say all week long? What's your mind say? Type it in the chat. What does your mind say if you schedule a week every Thursday at 4 o'clock? What does your mind tell you? Type it in the chat. Come on, type it in the chat. What does your mind tell you if you schedule every Thursday at 4 o'clock? I will have an appointment on Thursday at 4 o'clock. I have a listing. I have a listing appointment. You're booked every week. Yes, see, your mind starts to go. Now, if you look at it and you don't have an address, 1234 Blueberry Street on Wednesday at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you're looking at Thursday, what does it start to tell you? I better make some calls. I have an appointment and I don't have an address to go to. I better make some calls. I better do something. I better take some action. I better create this opportunity for me because on Thursday I have this thing to do. If we set these expectations in our mind, that's where we go to. That's how we work. I set in my mind to be at the gym every morning at 7:15. I probably should have in my mind to be at the gym at 7:10 because class starts at 7:15. So I get into the gym at 7:15 because in my mind it says 7:15. I really should think you need to be at the gym at 7:10. And if I thought like that, I would be in the gym at 7:10. But I think class starts at 7:15, so I walk in at 7:15 because that's what I'm programming my mind to do. So what are we programming as our habits? What are we programming as that schedule to get us to where we need to go? So the first thing you've got to do to create these habits is build the ideal week. Where's the ideal week? And yes, things will come, things will go. And let me show you again. So in here, I know this it's grayed a little bit, so it might be a little bit faint to see. But in here, recruiting lunch. But also see here, there's a block. This block here, there's nothing in it. It's just a block. Here's a block here. There's nothing in it. Here's a block here. 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 Nothing in it. So you can see I have blocks all over the place that don't have things in them. Because when someone calls me and says, hey, Tim, I can't meet you for lunch on Monday, but I can meet you on Tuesday, I can go, okay, that sounds great. I can copy, I can paste, and then I can come in here and I can type in Tony. And now I'm having a recruiting lunch with Tony. Don't tell your broker, I just typed you in there. All right, so I just moved it. Now this recruiting lunch is gone, right? So now I have time to do whatever I had scheduled over here, or I can move it over here. I can move the things that are not necessary. See, I just go in there and I can move things around. You leave open holes when you're not, so that you don't overschedule yourself. Okay, so you leave those blank spaces in that perfect week. Don't jam that perfect week every minute of every day full of stuff. You've got to leave hour and a half, 2 hour blocks, because things are going to come up. Someone's going to call to go look at a house. Someone's going to call for a listing appointment, right? So you got to fill those times, right? There you go. You got to get that space moved in. You're going to fill it in by moving something here, by moving something there. So the first thing you got to do is you got to come up with your ideal week. What is your ideal real estate week? If everything goes right, if the magic wand gets waved and everything falls into place, what am I going to do every day? Start with waking up, start with finishing the day. All right. Next, this is my yearly calendar. Okay, this is my yearly calendar. See how I've already got it color coordinated? I've got it filled out. I've got all my major things that I knew in December of 2020. December of 2020, I already knew these things. November of 2020, I knew most of these things. So I filled in, and so now I know where I have openings, where I don't have openings. I have it all color coordinated, so I can look at a glance, what do I have available if someone asks me to do a speaking or a teaching engagement. So where's your big calendar? Where's your year calendar? Where are you setting up those habits to create those expectations? Because goals happen when you set these expectations. Next, where's your weekly Bible? Where's your weekly schedule? Where's your weekly calendar? This calendar is your monthly calendar or your weekly calendar, however you want to design it. This one is a monthly calendar. So it's got the bigger things and then some of the repetitive actions that are going to go on in here. Yours are going to look a little different than mine because you're putting in there listing appointment. I'm putting in recruiting appointment. Oh, maybe that's the same thing, right? Maybe it works the same, kind of, listing, recruiting, yeah, kind of balanced. Working out, time for you, mental break, health break, physical break, whatever it might be, leaving those things in there. I've got deadlines on here. I got deport deadlines, so important dates that I need to be aware of. So we put these calendars in place and we go through it. You could also use something like this. If you have one, I just got this. This is kind of neat. It's new. I just got it. It's a weekly, daily little journal Bible. Okay. So this is a new thing I just got. I saw it. I thought it was pretty neat. You can take a look at that. There's all kinds of different opportunities for you. Here's another one. Here's another. They're basically day planners, right? They're basically day planners. So it gives you those things that you know what to do, how to do, when to do, why to do. So these schedules, these calendars start to help you create the mindset of habit, because you fill it out on Friday or you fill it out on Sunday or you pick and you create the habit. You create the habit. You do the things that you know what to do. So I want everybody to get a scrap piece of paper, somewhere. And I want you to take about a minute. And I want you to write down the minute your alarm clock, whether it's a real alarm clock, a phone alarm clock, a dog alarm clock, a child alarm clock, but whatever time you get woken up and your feet hit the floor, write down what you do in chronological order until you're ready to start working. Take about a minute. All right, about 30 more seconds. All right, now type in the chat, how many days a week do you deviate from that routine? Type in the chat, how many days a week do you deviate from that routine? And I'm talking work day, so Monday through Friday, maybe Monday through Saturday. How many days a week do you deviate from that routine? Heather says none. What do the rest of you say? None. 2 days. Is that the days off, Kim Evans, or is it just days off? Okay, days off, sure, days off, yeah, but I'm talking about work days. When you're going to work, 1 to 2, 2 days, none, 2, okay? We deviate when we don't have a plan. How does our day go? Where does the day get to? Do you ever get to the day and go, wow, where did the day go? Where's the day? My guess is you didn't do that same routine you did in the morning every day. When you say, where did my day get to? You deviated from your routine. You deviated from the habit that you do on a daily basis. So what you got to work on, gym class time varies. Okay, so if the gym class time varies, right, but it's still a routine. That's a Monday routine or a Tuesday routine or a Thursday routine, right? Who said that? Is that right? Whoever said the gym thing, am I right? Gym class, Maura. This gym class varies, but the routine, yeah, the routine for that day stays the same. See, don't let that fool you. It doesn't have to be every day identical. Monday can be a different day. Tuesday can be a different day, but Monday to Monday to Monday to Monday is going to be the same unless it's a holiday and you're taking a 3-day weekend or something. And yes, then it's going to vary a little bit. So when we're working on these habits, we start with this ideal week. It starts with us getting up and getting our day started. Then what's going to be the first thing we're going to do on Monday or the first thing we're going to be on Tuesday? Again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday don't have to be the same day, but Monday to Monday to Monday to Monday should be the same day. Tuesday to Tuesday to Tuesday to Tuesday should be the same day. Again, one-offs for vacations and things like that is fine. But what you're really trying to do is follow your schedule 4 days a week. If you follow your schedule 4 days a week, you've won the week, right? You've won the week. So that's creating those habits. So we're looking at those habits. We're going through where's the habit, where's the mindset, where's the calendar, where's the checklist, where's the item of the things I have to do. Is this making sense? You guys hearing it? So where does it start? It starts up here. It starts in our mind. It starts with thinking through, what do I want my perfect day, my perfect week to be? What does it need to be? Now, is it because of the goal or does the habit take you to the goal? I don't know. But if your goal is to do $1 million in sales, then you better have some really strict, stringent goals. If your goal is to do $200,000 in sales, then your goals are going to be a little bit different. So not everybody's going to be the same. Not everybody's going to be as stringent. There might be people that are taking care of children or taking care of parents, and your schedule and your goals are going to be different. So your schedules are going to be different. It's okay. What it needs to do is it needs to be in writing. It needs to be in writing. Do we see this? Yes? Why pen and paper? Why pen and paper, not electronic? Someone unmute yourself or whatever. Why is it pen and paper rather than typing?
Because
Jennifer?
if you can visually see it and look at it every day, it's in your brain and it motivates you to stay on track.
Well, I could do that with electronic though too, can't I?
Yeah, but it's not going to be.
When you write it out, it connects to your brain.
So it's what? Say it again, Dawn?
When you write it out, it actually connects better to your brain.
Correct. Sorry, Jennifer. Yes, it connects better to your brain when you write it out. Okay, when you're talking to your admins and they're typing and they're talking to you, right? They're doing two things at once and they're not making any typing errors. The brain is disconnected from the typing while they're talking. But ask an admin to write a note and talk to you at the same time, they can't do it. Yes. Nobody can do it because your brain can't write and think at the same time. So that's why you write it. It connects and it gets into your head. Is there ever a time to have too many calendars? I think what we're looking for is a year, a month, a week, a day. If you got 2-month calendars, it's probably too many. If you got 2-day calendars, that's probably too many. But one of each is okay. Because you're going to start, first you're going to start with that ideal calendar, that ideal schedule, right? That's going to be the ideal. Then you're going to go from your year. You're going to get your year laid out, the things you know that are already done. Then you're going to work on your month. And this is going to happen like once a month. Maybe that's all you're going to really do with that. And you can go down to your week, right? You can get your weeks in there. And then you can go to your days on your slips, paper, whatever it might be. Now, if you're a sticky note person, sticky note people, that's fine too. It's okay. One of the top producers in the company puts sticky notes on her desk every day, and when it's done, she throws a sticky note away. That's how she keeps track of her tasks for the day. She puts it on a sticky note, does it, throws it away. It's good. It works. Whatever your system is, you got to have a system. That's what you need. The goals aren't going to happen without the system. Yes, you can always have access to pen and paper, but not electronics. True statement. So this is where we're going, is we need to start to build our systems. What are our systems going to be? So you're like, okay, what are the systems? Well, the systems are going to be something like, how many calls a day are you going to do? How many notes a day are you going to do? How many pop buys a day are you going to do? Right? This is all stuff from Brian Buffini. If you've ever heard it, it's just working the system. It's working the system day in, day out. All right, I'm going to take some questions. Anybody has questions, and we'll wrap this up.